What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tapping the video, tuning in. I appreciate it. I don't know what I'm going to title this one, but the thought is the problem or the issue with hypergamy, and that's Hyper. The problem or the issue with hypergamy, especially from a social media point of view, the way that people think on social media. Hypergamy, for those that don't know, in essence, is a woman choosing to date up, meaning she could be on one financial level or social level, but she's admitting or she's pursuing to date up in terms of finances, status, wealth, that sort of thing. And I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that, my perspective. Number one, I think that is a dangerous, especially for the average woman. Let's do it this way. So we're not talking. I don't want to talk rich women or extremely wealthy women or movie stars. I'm talking about the everyday Jane Does of the world. That's who I'm talking about. That have their ear bent towards social media and picking up on these things that women way in another stratosphere are doing, and they may take it and try to apply it to themselves. I think that it is very dangerous to try to even suggest that you're going to practice something like that, because what ends up happening is let's just say, for instance, and I'm making this up, extreme example, but let's just say, for instance, a woman makes $40,000 a year. She has 2 children. Um, let's just say from a previous marriage, both by the same man. He's not really active. She's doing it on her own, $50,000 a year, trying to make it. They was married for 10 years. It didn't work out. She's doing the best she can to raise the kids. And then she says, going forward, because of how I had to suffer, I'm now going to practice hypergamy, which is to date up and try to marry up from where I am. So we would see such a lady now on a show making $50,000 a year, saying she wants a man to make 6 figures or more minimum, because this is now her new practice. And this is why I think that that's dangerous, because at the end of the day, we have to apply a lot of common sense to these new words that's just being thrown out there that everybody jumps on, and nobody can be accountable to it. See, it's hard to say to that lady, girl, what are you thinking? There's no way you can ask for the man to make a certain amount with basically with what you have, because she can instantly say, yes, it is, because I'm already admitting to you that I'm practicing something that allows me to date up beyond where I am. So I don't have to be accountable at this level. I'm telling you right now, I practice hypergamy. I'm telling you right now, I don't want a man on my level. I'm telling you right now. So then, therefore, there's nothing that nobody can say, because she's already admitting up front, this is what I practice. Now, let's break this down. If you're going to practice that, then you're shooting yourself up into an arena where the percentage of men who even fit that bill gets lower and lower and lower because the average man is closer to where you are. So if you're going to practice hypergamy, that means you're going beyond the average man into the next realm. See, the average man don't make six figures. The average man don't make $130,000 a year. The average man in America is closer to $60,000 a year. So now when you throw yourself up beyond average into that next, I'll call it dimension, you're now dealing with men who are already established for the most part, and they now can choose any, I ain't gonna say any woman, but with the realm that they're in a position where they now can turn and pick because they're in a different dimension. They can turn and choose what they're going to have in their space, who they're going to spend time with, who they're going to invest their money on, who they're going to provide for, who they're going to allow in their space and be a headache. They can now choose that. You see what I'm saying? The average man, he can choose as well, but he has to choose from more that's like him. He doesn't get to necessarily stand, like back in the day we used to pick people on the teams for baseball, football, basketball. Everybody would line up against the fence. They would tell two people to go stand out there. Then you pick one, I pick one. See that's the one of substance. He can stand back and say, I choose her. But when you are at the middle or the low, I don't want to say low level because you're doing the best you can, but when you are barely getting by, when you are struggling in your life, struggling to put it together to make things work for you and your kids, and then you want to jump up and say, from here on out, I'm going beyond where I am, and I want to grab me a man that's on another dimension, that's got way more options. Why would he choose you? That's my question. Why would he choose you? Because a pretty face is not enough. So I just wanted to make this video because, again, these words, they get thrown out there and they sound so intelligent. We didn't hear of these words 5 or 10 years ago. They existed, but you didn't see it on social media and hear it on all these podcasts the way we do now. Now everybody got a right to practice hypergamy, and we all reaching up towards somebody with wealth, and ain't nobody really getting them. We just talking about it. Ain't no woman coming back and saying, girl, look what I found. And then the ones that's got them, they losing them. So ain't nobody can point and say she did it. It's just talk. Girl, I'm passing her pregnant. I'm gonna go get me a man that makes six figures, and that's what I want. If you don't make that, ain't no need talking to me. And we come back and check on you in 10 years, and your kid is gonna be 10 years older, and you still gonna be swamped around dealing with whatever man that is choosing to deal with you and have not reached that goal or that objective. Because why would he invest in you? Why? That's what I want to talk about. Let's get in the comments. Let's talk about it. To me, a man with that kind of affluence, a man that has dedicated himself, positioned himself in order to be financially stable, able to pay all of his mortgage, all of the finance that come with owning a home, the taxes, the groceries, the electricity, the gas, the water, the internet, the cable, the Netflix, the security system, his vehicles, his gas, his life insurance, the taxes on the vehicle, his entertainment money. He's able to do all of this on his own. Why would he turn around and say, let me reach two notches back and pull one that is already telling the people on the level she at, I ain't gonna do nothing. Don't look at me. Don't look at me to go 80-20 and I'm doing the 20. No, I want a whole provider like my granddad was. Why would he turn around and reach all the way back instead of connecting with another woman that's closer to where he is in terms of wealth? Why would he not go after a woman that, if he had 150, why would he not turn around and just go after one that's at 105, 110, at 100, at 90? Why would he not? Why would he not go after the one that make 175, 200? Why would he go all the way back to 50,000, 45,000? Two kids that's not his. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, we just have to be a little more realistic if we're trying to get somewhere in life. And this new word, hypergamy, I ain't gonna say it's gonna get a lot of people in trouble because it ain't gonna work for most people. But what it is gonna do is allowing a lot of people to be delusional to even think that something like that is going to work for them. You will be able to get men on any level, as they say, to come through and smash. Yes, you can do that. Yes, you can make $45,000 a year, and a man that makes $150,000 a year come through, knock your boots, and go on about his way. I'm not saying that you cannot get some type of companion out of this situation. But I'm talking about long-term dating into marriage, which is what these women are talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you being able to use your body and flirtatious ways to get his attention, and he come through from time to time and leave $200-300 on the table and go about his business. That ain't what I'm talking about, because that ain't what they're talking about. They're talking about a whole relationship that leads into marriage, an upgrade of their life. So anyway, y'all get in the comments and tell me what y'all think about this new word that's floating around social media. Is it a bunch of nonsense or is it legit? Tell me what y'all think and be blessed. I'm out.